Hey everyone, Dev here, and coming at you from what looks to be a very tight and close run war. Not, not really much to report on this war, except I did see something in this attack that I thought was particularly good and worth noting. So what we've got here is a mid-level, well, I'd say the upper level of Town Hall 8, starting to get into mid-level Town Hall 9. Doesn't really have, no, it doesn't have any expos at all. Look at the way this base is set up. You'd think, yeah, Hogs is going to be great, but this is definitely a Valk base. Now, Luca's going to go in with his, looks like level 2 Valks. Let's be honest, they're not that strong. He's working on it. But even a base like this can succumb to everyone's favorite fiery redheads. So we'll just sit back and see what he's doing. First of all, he draws out the CC troops. 6 minions? 6 minions? Jeez, luckily there's a deal going on right now. I would not want to see just 6 minions in a war base at all. So he drops some poison after luring them over to a corner, and he's going to set up his Queen Walk here. Now, as we know with Valks, the key is to get the funnel nice and strong, so you really want to create the pathway for them so they don't go off course. So what he's doing is he's using his queen on one side of the funnel, and he's going to bust open this wall here. Yep, great, with some giants down the south side of that flank. Interestingly enough, I think he's overcommitted his wizards here. He sort of dropped them in a line, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. Okay, I think with the amount of buildings here, he probably could have just dropped 2 here on the storage, 1 on the, beg your pardon, 1 on the army camp, and then 1 on the sweeper and 1 on the barracks. Instead, what he's done is he's overcommitted, and I think if you're looking for economy, perhaps you don't sort of waste wizards in a big clump like that. So just a thing to think about. I mean, if you want to put it in other terms, 2 of those wizards is 1 Valk, so I reckon he could have got 2 more Valks instead of just dropping 4 more wizards. Anyway, back to the funnel. He's doing all right here. And he's using the queen to clear up that side, as I mentioned. Now he's opened up a big hole, and he's driving in his wedge of wizards to clear out the rest of that funnel. Now he's dropped his Valks, and he's gotten going on that archer tower. Then what he does is drop his jump spell. Now I've said before that jump spells tend to work better if you drop them before you drop the troops you're looking to deploy. Again, for some strange reason, not a programmer, don't know, the AI works a lot better, and you're about to see what I mean. See, the Valks go there, they split, and then they sort of jump back in, and then one goes over to the cannon, which is okay because it drops, and then they use the jump spell again around the other side. So I guess what I'm trying to say is if you use your jump spell correctly and open up as many compartments as possible, you're going to do all right. Now, luckily, Luca's Valks have all kept together, and he's still got a heal spell on the tank, and his queen with the healers is coming around. And the good thing about this one is that the healers managed to lock on eventually to the Valks in the middle here, and the rest, if we speed it up, is elementary. Got to be careful of those corner huts. Always watch those corner huts. And see the Valks go around this time instead of through the walls. They must have known the Queen and Wizards would take care of it. I'm not sure if they're that smart. Alright, but now they're boring through there. Going through those pink Barbie walls like nothing, and job done. So all in all, a fairly tricky base if you've not got your funnel nice and strong, but Luca managed to handle it quite well. Alright, the next stuff that I'm going to show you comes from a previous war, and against the aptly named Try Fail Try, we found that they were using a lot of Go Wipes. I don't know if Go Wipe is going to come back. I mean, Pekka's got a buff recently, so I'm not really certain if they're going to be a thing. Anyway, Luca again uses some Valkyries here, and I just wanted to demonstrate this right here. Look, the CC has a radius, and see how that radius is on that archer tower. A hog on that archer tower is not going to draw out the CC, and in fact, it's going to get destroyed by everything else that's around it. So you're about to see that even a giant isn't going to be enough. There's the hog. and so he gets held up on that building before he crosses that line. In go 2 giants, and again, it's not going to trigger the CC. So as an act of desperation, he's used some wizards to get across the line. There they are. They handle that Barbarian King quite well, but in comes the wizard and the dragon. And Luca has used quite a few troops here to take out that CC. Perhaps a better way might have been to queen walk through here, take out these buildings first, and then drive in with the hog to trigger the CC. But as you're about to see, it doesn't really make much difference. Luca doing a good job in handling the dragon with the poison. And he ends up funneling quite well too. Some giants again, busting it open with the wall breakers, and he's left some breadcrumbs. In comes a Tesla. Now, I have to say that was expected, all right? Just because of the way the base is set up, you can see where it's going to be. Then kills off that Tesla. Hasn't deployed his Valks yet, so he's going to use this Tesla here as the anchor point for his Valk attack. And he's using the group first to see if they go for the bait, which they do, so then he deploys the rest in with a jump, into the core, raging, and away we go. His rage spell was okay. I would have put it more towards the center, but at the moment you can see his Valks are just tearing this base apart. So just wanted to show you that funnel there, watching for the corner buildings. Some clans like to put a sneaky hidden Tesla in the corner as well, so just watching for that. If you like one of our clanmates, AP, who does a very good air attack, sometimes he takes skeleton spells just to handle that pesky sort of corner hut scenario. Luca does the job with a heal spell up the sleeve. Next one we're going to look at is one from a regular on my channel. You know him, you know his style, Jnr. And looking at this base again, take a look at where the CC is. So that should be a pretty elementary draw. In fact, he's not going to use a hog, he's just going to go with a giant. This base does lend itself quite well to a well-placed jump. Note, he has not got a rage. Jay has found that if you have compartments that are too small in a base like this, with a jump spell and a rage, the Valks do tend to scatter, just like they would if they were in the open. So again, horses for courses. He's going with 4 heal spells because he wants to keep his Valks alive a little bit longer and within those compartments to take full advantage of that heal spell. So as predicted, the giant does trigger the CC. Again, a wizard and a dragon. And he's drawing them all the way up there, so we'll speed it up a little bit. With the archer on the corner hut, quite handy. Poison, and a poison. Queen takes care of that. Now he sets up his funnel by using a golem, and see, just only 3 wizards here. Ends up being 4 or 5, but you can see just how much extra he's got up his sleeve by using a smaller amount of wizards. In with the jump. Okay, and then healing as he goes. No rage required. Those Valks are doing the business, especially on those expos. And he's got 2 groups. The main group has gone round that middle section, and the other group has gone up with the king. They'll eventually meet up, and then they'll have a bit of a party discussing what shoes they bought on sale, or what's happening on the Bachelor, or whatever it is that Valkyries like to do when they're not out fighting, swinging their axes. And Jay Jr. has done a very good number on this base. 3 stars. Good man. Last one for today is going to be J Rock. J Rock's featured on here a couple of times as well. Luckily for him, he was up top this time. I won't embarrass him and show him his 97% 2-star, so I'll show his 100% 3-star on this very common base design. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This base design is very, very common, particularly at Town Hall 10, and you can crack it. Observe. CC all the way up there for some strange reason. Easiest draw in the history of easy draws. This time we've got an extra wizard or 2 and an archer, I suppose, going in with the dragon. So he sets up his funnel first by queen walking, and interesting that he drags the troops this side. Must have predicted that path because in goes the poison, in goes the second poison. No, don't embarrass me. All right. Anyway, his queen is strong enough, uses his own queen's ability to take out the enemy queen, and then sets up a funnel here. What he's looking to do is clear off these buildings here and clear out this section here to get the Valks into the core via a jump spell here. So a golem and a giant, and some wizards with another golem in here to clear it out. He's under some fire. Is that golem from an Inferno on multi, so it's not really bothering him. Okay. In the words of Luke Skywalker in A New Hope, got a little cooked, but he's okay. In come the main force of Valks. Then the jump. See how they'd suddenly switched path and then jumped over that wall? Just clipping that section there. So again, I don't think that was his intention, and that could have potentially derailed things significantly. So be very careful when deploying your jump. Sometimes you'll open compartments you don't want. Now, I've previously said that Valkyries just ignore Inferno towers. You're about to see why. In go the Valks. He's put a rage down preemptively. He's frozen one preemptively. As soon as I hit that ring of rage, bam, everything in there just gets carved up. Absolutely smashed him. All right, so now he's cleared out a good 50% of the base so far, 57%. He's still got a lot of healthy Valks. They hit a rage, they split, as you can see. Not desirable, but at this point of the attack, it's not critical. He's still got a golem who is suddenly raged up, Hulk smash, and then goes the the raged up healer, taking the hits from the air defense, and his king has been deployed to clear the chaff around the top and sides, whilst the queen, still at full health, right behind that golem, with the Valkyries taking out the rest of the base. So a pretty classy attack from J Rock. Don't expect anything less of him, of course. And a common base design which you now have the power to beat if you come across it in war. Right, that's it for me, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to look out for my next video. See you around.